Here is something nobody ever tells you. Being broke is actually more expensive than being rich. Not slightly more expensive, dramatically more expensive. Every single day that you do not have money costs you more money than the day before. And today I am going to prove it to you with real numbers that will completely change the way you think about wealth and poverty forever. Welcome back to From Zero to Wealthy. Today we are flipping the script completely. Most people assume that being broke means spending less, that poverty is about having nothing to spend. But the reality is the exact opposite. Poverty is one of the most expensive conditions a person can be in, and understanding why is the first step to escaping it. Let us get into it. Reason 1. The poverty premium. The first reason being broke costs more. What economists call the poverty premium. When you do not have money, you cannot buy in bulk. You cannot take advantage of sales. You cannot stock up when prices are low. So you end up buying smaller quantities at higher per unit prices over and over again. A large bottle of laundry detergent costs less per wash than a small one. A bulk pack of chicken costs less per pound than a single portion. But if you only have $20 left until payday, you buy the small pack because that is all you can afford right now. Over a year, the poverty premium adds hundreds of dollars to the cost of living for people with the least money. The poor pay more for the same things simply because they cannot afford to buy smarter. Reason 2. The cost of bad credit. The second reason, bad credit is one of the most expensive conditions a person can have. When you have no money, you miss payments. When you miss payments, your credit score drops, and a low credit score costs you money in ways most people never even think about. Your car insurance is higher with bad credit. Your apartment security deposit is higher. Some employers check credit scores before hiring, and when you need a loan for a car, for a home, for an emergency, you pay dramatically higher interest rates than someone with good credit. The difference between a good credit score and a bad one on a 30-year mortgage can be tens of thousands of dollars in extra interest paid over the life of the loan. Being broke damages your credit, and damaged credit makes everything more expensive for years afterward. Reason 3. Payday loans and fees. The third reason, financial products designed for poor people are the most expensive financial products that exist. Payday loans charge interest rates of 300 to 400% annually. Check cashing services charge 2 to 5% of every check just to access your own money. Overdraft fees hit the people who can least afford them. Prepaid debit cards charge monthly fees, transaction fees, and ATM fees. These products exist because people without bank accounts or savings have no alternative. They are trapped in a system specifically designed to extract money from the people who have the least of it. A person using payday loans regularly can pay thousands of dollars per year in fees and interest, money that could have been invested, saved, or used to break the cycle entirely. Reason 4. The cost of time. The fourth reason, being broke costs enormous amounts of time, and time is money. When you cannot afford a reliable car, you spend hours on public transport. When you live far from work because rent is cheaper there, you spend more time commuting every single day. When you cannot afford to go to a doctor early, you end up in the emergency room later, which costs 10 times more and takes 10 times longer. When you work multiple jobs to make ends meet, you have no time to learn new skills, build side income, or improve your financial situation. Being broke creates a time poverty that makes it almost impossible to escape financial poverty. Because every strategy for building wealth requires one thing above all else: time. And being broke systematically steals that time. Reason 5. Severe health costs. The fifth reason, being broke is devastating to your health, and poor health is extraordinarily expensive. When money is tight, people eat cheaper, processed food because fresh food costs more. They skip preventive doctor visits because of the copay. They do not fill prescriptions because of the cost. They live in higher stress environments that damage their cardiovascular health over time. All of these decisions make perfect sense in the short term, but they create dramatically higher health costs in the long term. Conditions that could have been caught early become expensive emergencies. Stress-related illnesses develop over years of financial anxiety, and the lost income from poor health adds another layer of financial damage. Poor health and poverty feed each other in a cycle that is extremely difficult to break without intervention. Reason 6. The opportunity cost. The sixth and most devastating reason, the opportunity cost of being broke. Every dollar you do not have invested is a dollar that is not compounding. Every year you spend in survival mode instead of growth mode is a year of wealth building you can never recover. We showed in our compound interest video that a person investing $200 a month from age 25 retires with over $1.3 million. The person who cannot start investing until age 35 because they spent 10 years just trying to survive retires with $452,000. The same investment, the same discipline, but an $850,000 difference simply because poverty delayed the start. That is the ultimate cost of being broke. Not just what it costs today, but everything it costs you tomorrow. So what do you do with this information? You use it as fuel. Because understanding that being broke is expensive is the most powerful motivation to escape it as fast as possible. Every dollar you save is not just a dollar saved. It is a dollar that stops being used against you. Every debt you eliminate removes a monthly cost that was draining your future. Every investment you make, no matter how small, starts the compounding clock that poverty was designed to stop. The gap between broke and wealthy is not as wide as it looks from the outside, but it requires urgency, because every day you wait is another day the system charges you for not having enough. 6 reasons being broke costs more than being rich. The poverty premium, bad credit costs, predatory financial products, time poverty, health costs, and the devastating opportunity cost of delayed investing. Poverty is not just uncomfortable, it is expensive. And the most powerful thing you can do right now is treat escaping it with the urgency it deserves. If this video opened your eyes, hit like, share it with someone who needs to see it, and subscribe to From Zero to Wealthy for more weekly content on building real lasting wealth. I will see you in the next one.